Take two. You're only given a little spark of madness. You mustn't lose it. Is what one of my favorite childhood actors, the late Robin Williams, said. And he was correct. We only have a little bit of madness, and we should use the madness to fullest extent, to our best abilities. We should use that madness. I put my madness into writing, and this is what this speech will be tributed to. I will tell you what got me into writing, what I write exactly, and how writing has impacted my life. First off, what got me into writing was my parents. I've been writing ever since I can remember. I don't remember a time when I wasn't writing. And but my parents, mainly my father, were very passionate and advocated my writing. They loved reading it. And that only sparked my ability to, my want to write more. It also helped that I was surrounded by books and stories such as Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. And that intrigued me, that caught my attention, that really drew me in. And those stories only boosted my imagination. And henceforth, that imagination, that boosted my want, my need to share it, to share my imagination with everyone I knew. As I got older, it only grew. As I grew older, I read more stories. And the main story that made me want to write more was Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Thanks to that. The second point I would like to make is what kind of stories I write. If you haven't already guessed, I mainly write fantasy fiction. That's very much thanks to Percy Jackson and the Olympians. My life pretty much revolves around it. I've read each book 20 times at least. To me, there's absolutely nothing like writing fantasy fiction. Nothing like it. There's no amount of sugar, there's no amount of carbs, there's no amount of warmth, there's no amount of coffee or sleep that equates to writing fantasy fiction. I love it. With fantasy fiction, you can put yourself, different aspects of yourself, into these stories. You can create your own worlds, your own characters, even if they are inspired by others. There's that world, those characters, they're yours and yours alone. With writing fantasy fiction, you can put yourself with a different name on an adventure you've always wanted to be. You can travel across the world. You can go into the deepest bowels of hell. Or you can write about your own hell that you've been going through internally. That's what writing can do for you. That's what writing fiction does. Third and final point I would like to make is how it has affected my life. I'm autistic, and I know I don't seem it. However, I have a tough time expressing myself, and this class is very challenging for me because I'm not used to communicating in this form. Writing has allowed me to show rather than tell what I'm feeling, what I want, what I am. It's my safe place. It's my life. I would love to do it as a living, and maybe one day I will be able to do it as a living. Maybe one day you'll see my name under the title of a book. In this speech, I have told you what got me into writing, what I write, and how it has changed my life. My parents advocated my writing, which led me to write more. Fiction is my escape. It is what I write. It is what I enjoy doing. Writing has changed my life because it allows me to express myself. And to bring it all around, you're probably wondering, why did I add Robin Williams' quote? What was the point of it? It has nothing to do with this speech. Well, the point of it is we're all mad some way, shape, or form. And I hope this speech has inspired you, or at least made you start thinking, where do I put my madness? What is my madness? What can I do with it? Hopefully you take inspiration from my example and put your madness into something you love.